What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Blizzard Reacts. Today we're taking a look at the new single from Deathcore Legends in Whitechapel. This is the title track to their upcoming studio album, Hymns in Dissonance, coming out March 7th this year via Metal Blade Records. Whitechapel is a staple in deathcore. They've been at it for well over 20 years now. A true legends in the game and very well respected in the entire community. Coming out and inspiring a bunch of the newer deathcore bands today, like Shadow of Intent, Brand of Sacrifice, and Aversion's Crown. This is the title track to their new album coming out later on in a couple months. So the band's last two albums were very much focused along the lines of prog metal and going more the progressive death metal end of it. And it was really cool having those two concept albums between The Valley and Kin. Just absolutely beautiful, telling a lot of the story and the childhood of vocalist Phil Bozeman and what he had gone through in his childhood, and putting it out through those two concept albums. Absolutely really great stuff there from them. A little bit different from what we were used to with the band's much more aggressive and brutal deathcore sound that we're very much familiar with their earlier discography. With their last track they put out, A Visceral Wretch, it was a real true return to form for the band, and really beloved by the fans and critics alike, kind of giving us a peek of what Hymns in Dissonance is going to be sounding like. So we'll be going out on the Hymns in Dissonance tour as well. That's going to be featuring themselves, Brand of Sacrifice, 200 Stab Wounds, and Alluvial. So absolutely stacked tour for deathcore and death metal lovers. Go get tickets for that. I'm excited to get into it. All right, everybody, this is the new single from Whitechapel, Hymns in Dissonance. Let's go. Ooh. now he's on fire.
Father, wake up to devour the eyes of
My fucking god. That might have just been the deathcore single of the year already. Like, people want to go and throw the term a true return to form around. No, this is they never went away. They just perfected themselves even more and evolved even more. God, dude, that song was brutal. It was intense. This band, for a band to be around for 20 years and to still push themselves even further musically, lyrically, songwriting wise, and just as just creators in general, like as artists in general, absolute masters of this shit. Like, they can't fuck up. They can't fuck up. Like, this was pure brutality. This was intense. This was harmonized. This was painful. Like, you can hear Phil screaming in this with more intensity and more anger and more passion behind his vocal range and pushing himself even further. Just, there's some of those visceral lows, actual gut-wrenching gutturals. These guys are here to reclaim the throne in deathcore. Absolute great stuff here from Whitechapel. The imagery in this is gorgeous, too, in this dark cave with these antler god-esque beings. I love it. It's spooky. It's cult-like. I like that they're still taking stuff from, like, you know, nowadays with a lot of, like, blackened deathcore and adding their own elements into it with blackened deathcore, but much more still in the vein of what Whitechapel is. And killer stuff from Whitechapel, as always. Probably going to be Deathcore Album of the Year. Going to call it now. These past two singles, Visceral Wretch and Hymns and Dissonance, are absolutely stellar. Just really showing off the band's music prowess and growth even more so, and always reinventing the wheel and coming up with something fresh and just going back to even further beyond what they used to put out. This is still heavy. This is still just as heavy as the Somatic Defilement, but I think even just more so, as this is just a much more like aged Whitechapel that's been fine aged, like a nice Tennessee whiskey per se, like Whitechapel Jack Daniels in a sense. But killer stuff. I can't wait for this new Whitechapel album. It's coming out March 7th of 2025 via Metal Blade Records. Make sure you guys also get tickets too for the Hymns and Dissonance tour too. That's starting off next month. That's going to be with Whitechapel, Brand of Sacrifice, 200 Stab Wounds, and Alluvial. So go get tickets for that. Go pre-order this new album. The pre-orders are absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait for this, to come out. The track listing looks insanely stacked. Really just going into the more occult status styled stuff. I just can't wait for this. This is going to be absolutely killer. So go get tickets for the Hymns and Dissonance tour. That's going to be starting out in March. And go pre-order the album because this shit is absolutely killer. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys again. Make sure you go follow me on all my socials. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go pick up the merch in the link in the bio. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.